Hello and aloha pa. Time is 10:41. Today is Monday 16th. My name is Abbas Tamori. I'm the elder of Baha'u'llah. Usually I do not get into politics and into matter pertaining to the everyday life. We in the apartment of the divinity, we let those things happen in the hand of people on their own. But I'm a human being, just working for God, that's all. I was watching last night the debate between Mr. Bernie Sanders and Vice President Joe Biden. I remember a CNN reporter asked them, if you were president, sir, what would you do now? And these are the top-notch politicians, social leaders in the planet. You know, I'm sure there are others, but these two in particular are very well informed. They're even older than me. They're more than 70 years old. So, but none of them really give an answer, in my opinion, that what do we do with Corona right now? They call it COVID-19 because Corona is a term that turns into this. So there was really no answer. So what should we do? I remember, I've written it here, I remember on August 31st, 2014, I put a video. It's called Catastrophe on the Corner. I think in a really response, people, they think, I'm just another guy who talks about these things. It's like hallucinations. And there I had a dream that I was trying to have some kind of a deal with some people, and then I knew it's not going to happen. So I took my SUV that I had up on, a wavy road, like a snaky road to go on the top of the mountain. Not a big mountain, more like a hill. And on the top, I saw on the horizon, as far as I could see left and right, a big wall of sand was just coming right to us. As far as reaches to the sky, like half the heaven was sand when you look at it. I thought, this is huge. And it couldn't reach us for some reason. But anything that was below, again, as far as I could see the land, it just wiped out everything. Even the trees were coming out of the ground. And I've seen this 3 times, and I knew something is happening because I'm the elder of God on the planet, the voice of Baha'u'llah, which is the manifestation of God. So I get information about these things. Also, I had some serious dream that I put a prediction. It's called Predicting the Most Great Convulsion. It was on July 24, 2011. If you think this is coming true, take a look at that one. And another one was on July 22nd, 2011, about the Muslim world. I think at those days, I was somewhere in Los Angeles, north of Los Angeles County. I was talking to a Persian fellow whose name is Parviz. He has this program called Ganj Huzur. Parviz Shahbazi, I think so. He was there, I happened my Masnavis, and I brought some of him. He was amazed of it. He says, who are you, and why are you not known, and this and that. I told him one president with a member of the Congress and Senate and thousands of officers, more than 1 million, they're conspiring against Washington. They want to break down the US into two, and Obama knows it, and he doesn't do anything about it. He said, how do you know that? I said, I know it, you know. And that event, also I spoke of it in the videos. I don't know which video. It's somewhere in between those videos. And it happened. So why am I talking to you is that it's because it's a thing that we do. But I know that you won't listen to me. It's okay. You are not listening to God. You know, you're not listening to Baha'i. So I'm in line with that. So why would you listen to a guy like me? You think I'm nobody. So back to a remedy for this. They all talk about the dichotomy that if they quarantine people with the social distancing so they can't see each other, obviously that would stop the spread of the virus. But then the whole country comes at halt. There's no money. And who knows for how long this is going to go. So they have no idea what exactly to do. I give you a way to do this. That you would have a total quarantine of every individual in the United States, in Canada, for that matter, anywhere in the world, while everyday routine is going on. No school is closed, no shopping center is closed, economy is on, life is as it is. But everybody is quarantined at the same time. Can you think of how would you do this? When I asked you, it's a philosophical question. If you were my philosophy student, I would not teach you philosophy. I would ask you questions. That's how I teach philosophy. And you have to answer those questions because it's in you. Why? Because when I give you the answer, you say, oh, I knew that. All the social issues are like this. They're simple when they're told, but they're harder to find it. And you're wondering, you know, that why this American monk with such a big, you know, claims they have this part of the history, but they can't actually control, to me, such a simple things. My solution is not just for coronavirus, it's for any type of things that happens. What do you think we should do? Before I answer you, I make a bit more thirsty, and I just go say that another reason why is this happening. Look at the history of human life. You know, the time when we started to have a mayor, a reef in a village, we had a government for, you know, a province. Once upon a time, not too long ago, a few hundred years ago, when you look at Spain, every city, every province now, they would have been their own kings, like King of Zaragoza, King of Barcelona, but now they're a country. Same thing in Italy. But there were things that brought these nations together. You could say mainly it was their religion and their language and a bit of culture and history that developed. If those agencies shared cause you to have a country called Italy, the same elements are in the work right now for at least a couple hundred years. The means of communication have brought us together. So much so that the whole planet looks like a village. It looks like a country. Everyone knows everybody. When the plague of London comes, it never reaches Scotland. Who would go from London to Scotland? But today thousands of people travel from China to US every day and vice versa. So, as big as it is, the means of communication have brought people together. So then it's required to have an international government that seriously takes the international issues. One of them is like environment. One of them is the sickness that's coming. Other times there will be soon things coming from the space that could destroy the planet. Why should just Americans take care of that, or European? Why can't we have a world government? Can't you see that it is necessary? You know, this is the reason. When Baha'u'llah came a couple hundred years ago, in Iran, started the whole thing at 1844, makes it just a shy of 2 centuries. One of the teaching was this, that we are all united, whether we like it or not. The means is bringing us together. We need to have a universal government. You know, Baha'u'llah says, to stop the armament. Why are we wasting so much money on this? Where the real war is war with the nature, with the mother natures and other issues like that. But we are putting the matter behind. Why? Because all the governments that are the only people that can do it, other people they say, sure, it's a good idea, but how to do it? Government, they can, but their problem is that they feel that they have to make their people happy for whatever reason it is, or else they lose their power. This is the problem. Once a president has a chance to become president again, then he's bound to act accordingly. But if he knows this is the only time he's president, is not anymore, he might say, whatever, I'm just one time here and let me do the right things and not to be afraid. And I commend Bernie Sanders because I see this man is not afraid to tell what's in his gut. Others being political, he's a little bit more a straightforward man for this. So, this is really the bottom line. That we are not listening to what is evolved in the earth. If you don't believe in God, Baha'i faith has evolved in the planet. Perhaps then there are reasons that he has come, you know. When Louis Pasteur shows up, is because there are things coming, so his mind can fix those germs. But we don't pay attention. I'm very sad, you know, at where you stand, you people. And you make movie from Cassius Clay. You make movie from, I don't know, anybody. You have not made one movie about the Baha'i faith. An event that was totally global. It was about the coming back of Jesus Christ and all other religions, as a matter of fact, with such a monumental, you know, theology comprising of 500 books, a theory, I call it TOE, theory of everything, for the whole planet, in every department. 20,000 people died. Baha'u'llah went 40 years in jail. A son of aristocrat. He went in jail for 40 years. He died in there. But we don't pay attention. That's the reason. This thing's happening. So, what do we do about this pandemic right now? Again, my question from you is this, to you is this. You need to have everything to be just as normal, yet everybody's quarantined. Meaning, anybody who's infected cannot infect other people. Anybody who's not infected will never get infected. There's a simple solution. You know? This government spends so much money all over the world for so many things. Why don't we have a military grade, a really good quality mask, a breathable mask on the face? Order it to be made. And I'm not talking some astronaut suit. Something that's effective. Bill Gates talks about a toilet that can recycle feces. Why doesn't he think that pandemics are everywhere now because they're too close? Yet we don't have a government to say that don't eat a snake because people are hungry. We can't because we don't have a government to control the environment, the safety of the planet and its people. So why don't you have a mask, a seriously efficient, at least more than 75%, for every household? This has to become the norm. Israelis provided for their people when they had a war, US had a war with Iran, with Saddam Hussein, because there were the chances of they throw, chemical bomb. They provided people with masks. Why can't we have a mask for that for all the Americans? And a glove, a very good glove, a plastic glove, which is tear resistant, durable. Because that's all it stops everything. When you have the mask, you're not going to get it. You're also not giving it to other people. And when you don't have glove, you don't touch things that you shouldn't do. Isn't that so difficult? I don't know. You're Martians. You're from Venus. You can't be people if you don't understand this. It's a simple solution. This has to be in every household now, just like a fridge. Everybody has to have those masks, reusable. The moment things happen, it could suddenly happens. What if something comes airborne that you breathe in and you die? We have to have that in all the households. It's everyday things. Even it's more important than to have a fridge. A proper glove. To know a school has to be closed. Nothing. You're telling me the cost of this is so ostentatious to you that you said, go away, Abbas, what the hell you're talking about? And rather you want to deal with this fiasco that you have created it? I hear today, Governor of Canada says nobody can come to this country, okay. And then, but US people can, 14 days quarantine, okay, that makes sense too. Except the truck driver, train driver, and all of those guys, they can come in. Well, they're going to bring it in. Things can continue. Don't he thinks that in his people in his cabinet, and now this man is my favorite prime minister of all time. Why can't he say that the driver, when it comes to the border, it has to be exchanged with another driver from the same company, an American, who is here receiving the truck at the border and take it to the Canadian city after disinfecting whatever the cabins. That's simple. So nobody can bring nothing here. That's not going to really solve the solution. So what? Canada stays safe and all the people on the planet die? We're attached to them. We can't be thinking just about ourselves. So this is my solution. And if you don't understand it, I'm sorry. You're not human yet, okay? Because it's such a simple thing. And I know you have the capability and capacity to have a very simple little mask, breathable, and with a glove, and nobody's going to get sick. That's it. Now, I told you this was predicted. There are other things coming up. A lot more, okay? But sometimes, if I was one of those people that they follow conspiracies, I would say, maybe they manufactured this. They want to get rid of all the older people like me. We talk a lot, we eat a lot. I actually still work and go on the ladder. I'm only 64. But when they're 80 and 90, they're draining all the resources and all the monies and pensions and this and that. Maybe this is a plan to kill them all. I don't believe it for a moment, but it looks like it. I'm sure many governments, such as Iran and others, they will be very happy to get rid of all the older people. So fresh new breed of the people are around. Such a stupid idea, to think that way. Then, you're again not human. Something else you are. So, what the final things I want to say is that, so I'll give you some remedy too. I heard it from my friends. If you can, I don't think you can right now, but get such as some cranberry, even if it is frozen, a little bit. Mix it maybe 1 clover of garlic, maybe a teaspoon of turmeric. Put it in a processor with a glass of water. Mix it. Drink it every day. You don't get sick. We get rid of this virus and others. But when your whole society is already smoking and drinking, so you're already wanting to die, Because I can understand a man who smokes and he says, I'm living. You're living, but in urgency to die faster, and be sicker. There's no other reason that I can justify smoking, or especially drinking. Destroy your liver and everything. Yet you call that living. I'm sure the rats in the sewer system, when they eat the feces, they call that living too. It's no difference. So these are about the non-Baha'is, but the Baha'is are worst. It's a domino effect. This universal loss of justice, this lame handicap one, they're also thinking they don't understand who I am or why I talk like that, because they have never really truly investigated to see why people rejected Baha'u'llah and the Bab. I'm exactly like them. Very well balanced individual under any pressure. I'm consistent on what I say all the time. As the American they call it, totally Teflon effect. And what you do is not bothering me, it bothers you. Yet they don't listen, And because they're not listening and recognizing, I could have done a lot in the past 20 years for Canada, for the West. The fault is on the member of the Universal Laws of Justice at that time now. The judge would be Baha'u'llah, and the history will say who was at fault. So, this kind of event, such as this and others I've told you before, they're in the fabric of the nature. As like you're going on the road, highway that Baha'u'llah has made to take you towards the life, living, and the truth, and you say no to that, and you make your own trail or you go different roads, which is not his road, automatically because it is your road, then there are this kind of stuff in it. There's AIDS and millions of other things. Mankind has never been as oblivious as ever have been in this century. People 300-400 years ago, they were so careful about a smallest scratch on their body because they knew it kills them. It was the biggest things. Toothache was the biggest nightmare people could think that they would have. They cleaned themselves, scared. Nowadays though, people, they think they have entered the heaven of the Western civilization and they can do whatever they want to do. And they call that also freedom, which is nothing but dumb, really. What freedom you have when you have to follow your body at all the time and your government at all the time and the rules at all the time. It's not freedom. So all the realities altered. In Canada, if you ask average Canadian kids, do you know Superman? The answer is 100%. Batman, 100%. Tell them you know Terry Fox? 50%. There's been never a bigger hero in Canada than Terry Fox. The man who suffered with one-legged man. Every time I imagine him, when he lifts this metal leg and wants to put it under the ground and his body, flesh body, pressure that, and it comes, trembles in the entire body. Like that, he came from Newfoundland to Thunder when he died. But people, they know, SpongeBob. Bart Simpson, not Terry Fox. Unlike him, there's all over the world, US, thousands of them. Anyways, so you know that I as an elder or God, we're not oblivious of what's happening, and we have all the solution for everything. Because we are not exactly human beings as you are. This universal laws of justice, or the Baha'i representative in Haifa, they are going to have a severe punishment that the building, they call it the seat of the universal laws of justice, is going to crack right to its foundations. Remember I said that. But for those reasons, if you come and say, oh yes, you're right, now you're an elder of God, I spit on your face. Because at this age, you're looking for some kind of a showman, and you don't rely on so much knowledge acquired by mankind and experiences to distinguish by your intellectual powers who says what. But you want him to come and perform miracles, and then you believe in him, whatever he says. Which on that account you will not change your ways anyway. Jesus and Moses and Muhammad did all kind of miracle and didn't change you really. So Baha'u'llah does not want those things. And he doesn't want to press you or pressure you or put you into any situation. You like it, you come in. You don't. Okay? He's very fussy. He says thousands of times. If you don't want to accept it, don't accept it. Go on your own and you'll see that what we have said is not an invention. We simply know these things are a necessity. We came and told you that, but you didn't accept. All right, good night.